Members of the council, Councilwoman O'Keefe.
Thank you, Mayor, for finally letting me speak this evening. I want to agree with Robin Kennedy that I think we do the public a great disservice by not responding in real time to their comments during the public session. One of the people I wanted to respond to was our ex-mayor, Jim Martucci. It seems Jim is no longer in attendance. There are many people that at 8 o'clock this evening came to our meeting, voiced their concerns, and asked a response of this council, and you refused to let us answer them. So I hope they get the answers that we are now going to be able to provide. I want to start with taxes. I'm happy to say for the third year in a row, the county taxes have not risen. Also, our New Jersey taxes have not risen, and we are going to have property taxpayers receive more aid. We are going to have a record pension payment and more funds for early voting. We are also getting a huge boost to special ed cost, where before the state only did 45% of the funding, they are bumping it up to 90%, which is a huge improvement considering that educating one special needs child can cost a municipality $120,000. In spite of the fact that the county and the state have been able to hold taxes steady, it's very disappointing that once again, Ringwood has not. In 2020, we saw a reduction in our recreational services. There were no town fireworks. And we saw a surge in real estate properties being updated, expanded, and renovated, increasing our tax ratables. Even the property that I've talked about in prior meetings on Valley Road and Longview has been totally renovated, and they're paying more taxes. We also added a previously tax-exempt property. I don't think it was properly assessed when we did the budget, but the Friary sold for $4.5 million, adding that to our tax roll. In 2019, an election year, the majority decided to utilize Ford money to reduce our tax increase. It would have been a lot more burdensome if they hadn't used $3,417,000 to finally pay off the 2007 bond that they put out. Now we are seeing that we've increased taxes on our residents, and already you're going out to put the town in debt. I agree that all of these items are very, very important. And I know that the town has spent over the past few years chasing this high density housing dream, that you have spent over $350,000 on expenses to pursue that. And if the radios and the coverage for the police was so important, I really think that we should have been able to utilize Ford money to get that done immediately. To hear Scott read off the people that were left in the lurch because we didn't have this coverage when we had the money sitting in our account is despicable. As far as another issue that Robin Kennedy raised, the James Drive plant, Jim Martucci called in, and I commend him. He has been a steward of Skyline Lakes and the water quality there for many years, and he voted to do the Princeton study, and I'm glad he did because it's been a big asset to our community. However, I didn't get a chance to respond that I agree that this isn't something that every resident of Ringwood should be paying for. Scott told us that the rescue funds can be utilized for sewer treatment, and we're going to get $636,000, which would offset that cost. And I think that we should have that structure to be paid back by the sewer fees that those residents pay, similar to what we're doing with the lakes, because that would be fair to all the residents in town. If somebody's septic fails, and I've seen many of them fail in this town, there is no assistance forthcoming from this council to bond to help them replace it. And people have had to put off moving because they couldn't afford to replace their septic, where their house was sold, but the cost of replacing their septic was too onerous that they were forced to stay in their house. And unfortunately, the town was still going to have that failed septic leaking into our lakes. And the one I'm referencing was on Skyline Lakes Drive. So I think that we really shouldn't have bonded all these together. I think it was political, I'm sorry to say. But the fact that you put the police and the library in with the James plant seems a little suspect to me. I recall in the last election, you tried to paint the Democrats as not supporting the police. Nothing could be further from the truth. And the fact that we have money sitting in account that could be utilized to get this coverage done yesterday, I think it's terrible that we have waited so long. I would like to see the town manager structure something for the James Drive plant, which does address utilizing the rescue funds and finding a way to pay back from the money that our residents up there already are paying in sewer fees. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. You know, it's hard to remember everything, Mayor Schaefer, from 8 o'clock in the evening till now, to go back and to address all the things I wanted to address. Not having a voice and not being able to respond to our residents is very disconcerting. Thank you.